Saw is one of my favorite classical mat exercises because of the correlation between the hips spiraling, the ribs spiraling, and the shoulders spiraling. So to help us work our way up to the mat variation, we're going to use our trusty friends, these beautiful props. So soft roller preferred, but hard is great. Squishy ball, spikes optional. This is a 2-pound weight. Dumbbells will work 1 to 3. I would say 5 might stress out the shoulders. And a lovely band this is actually even a little bit short, but this will do. So at least your arm's length. Yeah. And let's get moving. So let's clear our mat of everything except the roller. And let's prop ourselves up on top. Something I've recently discovered, and it feels really good. So not just for if you have hamstrings that need a little support, but just with this idea of rock, right? It allows us to rock and roll, hence the roller. So you want to feel that your sitting bones are slightly behind you, otherwise you might slide forward. So just take a moment to be there, ground your heels, and then just point and flex the feet, feeling into the sitting bones, feeling the shape almost of the sitting bones definitely, but then also of the attachments, the hamstrings, those upper attachments there. Put some circles in the ankles. Our feet are quite important here and always. And just imagine you have a little bowl of soup on the crown of your head, and it's just there, no spilling. And it is okay to soften the knees. But let's find a really full flex out of the heels. And let's find our trusty, squishy, potentially spiky ball to start. This is just a great reference point. So we're sitting here on top of our sitting bones, or not theoretically, but actually in front of them on the roller. But reach out in front of you and just give a little squeeze to the ball. There can be a little bend in the elbow. And we're gonna work our way up choreographically and then continue. So from here, let's take the ball into the backhand, and we're just gonna start by spiraling the hips, the ribs, the neck, letting the eyeballs reach around, find your edge there, and then come on back. Switch hands. And don't worry about breath so much, just make sure you are breathing, and like we're sitting on I always say this, poor Susan, a lazy Susan, hips, ribs, shoulders, even the head and eyeballs, and then come on back. Now let's add an exhale as we spiral. Reach, and then unwind back center. And exhale, hips, ribs, shoulders. Reach the opposite fingers out of the screen. And back center, one more, that piece. Rotate. Reaching wide, reaching up, reaching down through the heels and pelvis, and then come on back. And once more there, exhale, rotates, reach in all the directions, ooh, and then back center. Excellent. Take a moment, soften the ankles, roll the shoulders, sometimes just holding our arms out. Not sometimes, all the time, it's effort. So let's go ahead and again, reset, reach out, and let's add on. And I'll show you here, just because you can't see me back there. So we're gonna find a full rotation in the shoulder. That's the thing we're not supposed to do. Rolling the shoulder forward has to happen to complete the rotation in that ball and socket joint. So this is why the ball is a great reference. So we're going to literally watch the ball spiral up and then watch it rewind. You know what? Let's do the opposite arm. Reach out. Watch it spiral. And watch it unwind. Feel, imagine, sense that ball in the socket literally rolling. That's what's happening. And rolling. So we're going to add that really luscious spiral in the shoulder joint to the spiral in the pelvis and spine. Reaching up, find all the directions, and exhale, spiral the hips, ribs, shoulders, head. Watch that ball spiral up, watch it unwind, and then unwind the body. And rotate, spiral, reach, spiral the back arm, watch the ball turn up, watch the shoulder unwind, and back center. Again, reach out of those heels, rotate, rotate the shoulder, unwind the shoulder, unwind the body. One more there. And rotate, rotate, keep reaching out, unwind, and unwind. And again, relax, shake it out, maybe even give a little self-massage. And then last chunk for the saw. Take a big breath in, reaching up, reaching out. We rotate. We spiral that back arm. Now we look forward, pinky finger to opposite pinky toe, and we dive the crown of the head down toward the knee. Think cat back. Let's take a moment here, reach that back arm up and away from the top, the front fingers as much as you can. Unwind the back arm, that's what pulls us up. We're still in our spiral here in our spine. And then we unwind, we made it. Switch, rotate, spiral that back arm, watch the ball face up. Now turn pinky finger across, dive over. Reach the front fingers, reach that back arm up, 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 and then scoop back. Now that back arm, that spiral unwinds, woo, and then we find center. A little more seamless. We rotate, spiral, dive. Unwind, sitting tall, unwind. And rotate, rotate, dive. Unwind, that back arm picks up our spine, and we finish. And rotate. See what's behind you, see what's in front of you, dive. Reach, 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 reach the ball up. Unwind. And center. Make sure we're still on the roller. And rotate. Spiral. Dive. And unwind, sitting tall. And woo, center. Left arm is feeling it. Excuse me. So we're gonna add a little more breath to that. So just keep breathing as we continue. So that's sort of phase one, yay. Let's continue to stay seated on the roller here. Let's find our trusty band. And let's hike it up under the armpits. And the reason why the longer is better is we have more space to adjust. So kind of make it as long as there's a little bit of tension as you stretch out. And then again, reset. Feel this little, it's like the band is giving you a bit of a hug, right? Supporting our carriage, the shoulder girdle, the ribs. Inhale, reach out. Now feel your width. Yeah, we can literally feel it with the band. We're gonna go right into the choreography of the saw. So we exhale, spiral. As we unwind the back arm, you might feel, oh, it freed the elbow, yeah? Just let that happen, because then we'll reattach. So rotate, spiral, and then we dive. Now keep reaching, feel the length. You can literally feel that band. Stretch it a bit more. Unwind, hike it under the elbow again, and center. We're gonna keep the arms wide this time, this variation. And rotate, spiral, kind of free the elbow, dive over, feel the band. Woo, reach, reach, reach. Unwind, feel that kind of floatiness that the band gives. And center. Now I realized mine's a little too loose. I don't feel anything. So make sure, adjust as you need. Let's do one more each with the band here. Rotate, spiral, free that back arm, and dive. Now keep reaching the back arm back, 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 back. Unwind, feel that a little bit of lift and support in the torso, and center once more. Rotate, rotate, spiral, and dive. And then pull the band longer to find that support. Ooh, reach out of those arms. And center. Yay. See, all the props, they each give us a little bit different feedback. And I particularly like that feeling. Last one. So now we have the weight. It's gonna feel like a weight even though it's 1, 2, 3 pounds. So similar choreography to the ball, right? We're gonna pass it from hand to hand. And again, we'll add a bit more breath here so that we can support ourselves with the extra weight. Reaching forward. Inhale, grow out of your feet, grow out of the crown of the head, sit into the roller. As we exhale, we spiral. The challenge here is to keep that arm floating as we dive. Curl, curl, curl. Inhale, unwind, try to keep that arm floating. And center. Switch, rotate, rotate and dive. Keep reaching, find the imaginary band. And woo, unwind and center. Just one more each here. Rotate, spiral and dive. All in one exhale. Inhale. And center. Exhale, rotate, spiral the arm and dive. Inhale. And back center. Whoo, release. Okay, put our friends away. Let's sit on the mat. Let's clear your space. And let's try the mat version. Hopefully you feel a little bit more floaty. I have my legs a little bit wider because it feels good. But if it feels better to be a bit more narrow, go for it. And if you need to keep the knees bent to support the hammies and lower back, go for it. So here we go. Here we are. We made it. We reach out. I like this version. I like to start here so that we have somewhere to open. So reach out of those heels. Maybe give them a little gaze. Make sure you're really flexing at the ankle. Sometimes this one wants to be there. Reach out. Take a moment just to wiggle into the sitting bones. Right, now we feel hopefully a bit more grounded. Reaching up and out. And exhale. All the way over. Inhale. All the way back. Exhale. All the way over. Feel the freedom of that back arm. Inhale. And center. And exhale. Find all that circularity in your spine, in your hips, in the shoulders. And exhale. Allow the pelvis to move. Inhale. And this time we're going to stay, and there's a million things we can think about here, but we're going to think about one more. Reach. Hanging over, and again, right, we're not flat, we're really actually trying to keep that scoop there to open up the kidneys here. Take this back arm, let it rest wherever it rests. On the back hip, pinky finger into the hip joint there, and then allow that, right? We're gonna try to keep that sitting bone, ooh, that feels different. Keep that sitting bone a bit more grounded, sort of the final piece here. And then find a bit more scoop. All this tissue, right? The ribs, QL, neck, shoulder. Stretch it out. Woo, and then unwind. Back to center. Last time, opposite side, rotate. Spiral and dive. Take a moment, backhand settles wherever it can, near that hip, grounding it down a little bit more or encouraging the grounding. Find that reach. Find the opposition out through the arms, out through all that tissue. And then just unwind your way up. And we did it. Take a moment, find a comfortable seat. You can stay where you are. I want to cross my legs. You can sit back on a prop. And then just roll the shoulders. There's a lot of benefits to spiraling and twisting. That's why, Joe Pilates has a bunch of them in his work. Detoxifying, opening up the back chain especially. And then balancing our brain. There's good work there as well. Take a moment just to pour water out of one ear and then switch. Hopefully we didn't get too tense in our shoulders, but if we did, here we go. We'll release. Oh, and then one more time, just yawn the shoulders up. And release. Enjoy all those benefits of spiraling, and thank you for joining me.